I'm going to create a stencil from my doodles and then put those doodles on some denim. So let's go. This is Sherry, owner and designer for Sherika Originals Handcrafted Gifts, where we help you create jewelry for those who are deliberately different. I took a picture of my drawing and I emailed it to myself. Then I uploaded it into Silhouette Design Studio Business Edition because I'm going to turn it into an SVG file so that I can print it in my Glowforge. Here's the final file after I made some changes. I uploaded it to my Glowforge to print it. I'm using cardstock to test my design, so I didn't want to use the material that I normally use when I make a stencil. So I'm just going to spray both sides of it with paint to kind of give it some more stability since it's just cardstock paper. I'm rummaging through some designs that I've previously made using paper and fabric or leather and fabric. Also, some of this is hand-painted on leather and hand-painted on paper. I've made so many designs that I forget about what I've done. You know, this is just something I've had in a box somewhere, but as I go through this and look, I said, ooh, these are some things that I can pull out and work on. Look at this black and gold. You see, I love gold. That was paint. That was before I discovered this foil or rediscovered the foil, because I've had the foil for years, but had just not thought about using it. That's the thing about looking for stuff. When I look for stuff, I just find a treasure trove of things I want to do. So yeah, I'm getting to the bottom of this. But some of this is so pretty, just little pieces that I could still make lots of earrings with, or any other kind of jewelry that I want to make. And it's all unique. You're not going to find this anywhere. Even things that are like I see some designer paper in here. I'm always going to put my own little sherry on it. Put my own little spin on it so that it doesn't look like you would normally see it look. That's just my thing about being deliberately different. So I'm going to use this piece of denim that is attached to a piece of watercolor paper. I've painted the back of the paper, so I don't have anything. I can just go ahead and get started on this piece of denim. I'm going to tape this paper stencil down, and I'm going to use my my gel, and I'll show you what kind I'm using in a minute. And I'm just going to take my little plastic knife and spread it. So I'm using the Liquitex this time. It's a thick acrylic medium. I'm just going to spread it and see what we come up with. Now I have to, well, I'm going to go ahead and do the other side, since this is a pretty wide piece of material and my stencil is 6 by 9. So once it's dry, then we're going to put the foil on it. I'm using deco foil on this one. I'm using a hot iron on this one, so you don't have to use the machine. I just prefer the machine. I like the effect that I get. But I've got my iron on full blast, as hot as it can go. So this is kind of experimental, but we'll see how it turns out. Somebody asked if you had to have the machine, and no, you don't have to have the Mink machine. You don't have to have the other laminator. You can just use a hot iron. It's just whatever your preference is. I put paper over this part because I had pieces and I didn't want the pieces to move with my iron. So you don't have to have the paper. I just used it because I had those little pieces on the edge. Okay, all right, I'm happy with the way it turned out. So now let's make some jewelry. I'm going to be using one of my templates from my 10-piece shape template set. It's my favorite shape, the teardrop shape. You can get the shape templates in my Shopify store, and I'll leave a link in the description, so check it out. This is a great little hole punch. It'll even punch through thin metals. There's a link there's a link on it to Amazon. If you go to my Amazon store, you'll see most of the materials that I use, including these pendant clasp ear hooks that I love. I don't have to use jump rings with these earrings because I can just put this little pendant clasp on it and be done with it. I've fallen back in love with these pendant trays, so I'm just going to make a little quick pendant using this denim. I found this little choker in my stash. I don't even know where I got it from or when I got it, but it works for this little pendant, the little necklace. We have over 800 videos on this channel, so if you're interested in DIY jewelry, tap in by subscribing. Hit the bell to be notified when we upload new content. So this is what we have. I'm very happy with it, with how it turned out. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. Make a comment and all that jazz. This is Sherry saying, as always, be blessed.